Hi everyone, welcome to the Wrestling Saga. I'm Kushal and we'll be talking about the AEW Dark which occurred on March 17th. The first match involved Cezar, Bononi and Luchasaurus. The entire feud started after Peter and company attacked Marko after his match with QT. In this match, while Cezar got a fair bit of offense against Luchasaurus eventually won with a lash kick, a chokeslam and a standing moonsault. To see a man of his size perform moves like this, that always blows my mind. The question, however, is what lies ahead for these two guys? The next match involved Savannah and legit Layla Hirsch. This was a classic David vs Goliath match because of the size difference. Savannah was considerably taller and bulkier compared to Layla. While Savannah got majority of the offense, given her size advantage and her aggression, it was eventually tamed by Layla's strategic submission move, armbar. Also to see Layla Hirsch perform an angle slam as well as a German suplex on a person of Savannah's size, again, that's amazing. Additionally, Layla Hirsch recently got signed to AEW, so it's always great to see a wrestler like that. I wasn't aware of her previously, so congratulations to her. Then we saw two men with the same name face off in the ring, Johnny Silver versus Johnny Skyler. Both these men had nearly the same strength and agility. Silver eventually won with his right slam. Though this was a relatively quick match, both the men, I believe, got an opportunity to show off their strengths. Then we saw Penelope have essentially a squash match against Tesha Price. Penelope had almost 90% of the offense in the match. It's good seeing her back in singles action. With such aggression, she should definitely be racking up victories sooner than later. Next we saw Chaos Project in a tag team match against Fuego del Solo and Jake Zappan. Chaos Project went on the offense immediately, even before the other team got announced. Fuego once again hit a successful Tornado DDT on Luther, but unfortunately that did not help him secure the win. Also, probably for the first time, I saw Serpentico use Luther on an opposing team's member as an offense. Eventually, Chaos Project won, and I believe this match's purpose was largely two reasons. Number one, entertainment, and number two, Fuego getting another opportunity to hit a Tornado DDT. We then had a match about Kilynn King against a new wrestler called Jazmin Allure. Despite a moderate size difference, Jazmin had a fair bit of offense against Kilynn. On a personal note, I wonder, given her height, why doesn't Kilynn chokeslam people? That'd be so awesome to watch. Also, I like the look of her eye paint. It sort of gives her the aura or the look of a primal aggressor. Okay, now this match I enjoyed. We have the Dark Order face off against Angel, Baron Black, Barry and Ryzin. In this 4-man tag team match, the Dark Order implemented something I've noticed for the first time, the rapid fire tactic, where each person of the team kept quickly being tagged in, hitting their move and then quickly going out and tagging another person. This was definitely cool. Baron Black was the unfortunate person who got team KO'd by the entire Dark Order. I believe this match's prime purpose was just to push Dark Order ahead. Then we had a trios match where we had the Gunn Club face off against Adam Priest, David Ali and Seth Gargis. The Gunn Club won the match before even 2 out of their 3 members even had their shirts off. An assault by the opposing team against the Gunn Club massively backfired, resulting in a clean sweep by the Gunn Club. I was a bit disappointed here. I like the Gunn Club and the other team also seemed nice, but what's the point of such a quick match? I'm not getting to see both the teams give all the things that they can to a tag team match, so that confused me. We then saw the Bear Country face off against Dean Alexander and Brick Aldridge. This was like a repeat of the Gunn Club match. The Bear Country came, saw and conquered. The opposing team did not get any offense as such. The match, however, understandably does continue to push or helps to push the Bear Country team ahead in the tag team division. We then saw a match of Nick Comoroto from the Nightmare Factory against D3. While Nick had his strength, D3 had his agility, because of which Nick missed hitting D3 several times. However, his brute strength eventually came over D3's agility and he won. I feel his victory does make sense because it further helps establish him as an enforcer for QT, not the Nightmare Factory, because I feel a split in the factory is coming in the near future, given QT's recent actions. Finally, a match where we saw both the teams had great spots. The Varsity Blondes against Jorel Nelson and Royce Isaacs. The Varsity Blondes defeated Jorel and Royce despite being on the defense most of the match. In fact, I felt at one point in time that they were actually going to win the match. They were that. So in that sense, I enjoyed the match. Next, we had a match between Ward Vixen and Maddie Brenkowski. I'm sorry if I butchered her last name. Firstly, I liked Ward Vixen's theme music because anything retro, that's my jam. Secondly, this was an almost even match. There was probably a 45 to 55% split in offense, with Maddie getting the majority, because of which she also won. This was a decent match and I enjoyed it. Then we saw one team continue their 2021 winning streak, with the SCU coming and defeating Aaron Solo and Kali Bravo. This wasn't an easy victory, however. There was genuinely a moment where, against logic, I thought that Solo and Bravo were about to win the match. Eventually the SCU won, but this was a fun match to watch, with both teams getting enough opportunities to make this a good match, a solid good match. There are some matches whose results you can already predict. The question is, how will that conclusion be reached? That's what happened when Brian Cage and Ricky Starks, accompanied with Hook, faced off Sunny Kiss and Joey Janela. The FTW team actually seemed rusty and slow to me. Brian missed several moves. Ricky also got in the defense for a bit. Sunny and Joey in fact had more offense in the match. Team FTW's performance definitely seemed uncoordinated and slow. In fact, I felt a crack within the FTW team itself. At a point, I felt my own prediction was wrong and that Brian and Ricky will lose, but that eventually didn't happen because Brian Cage's raw strength definitely carried them towards win. The crack, however, was once again seen when all the work was done by Brian, but then Ricky tagged himself in the end so as to get the winning pin. Also, after the match ended, Joey sort of snapped at Sonny for the loss, but then he apologized immediately, which does make sense because they've had an okay run but not a great run. So what's up with these two people in the future? That remains to be seen. That is interesting. So will he eventually turn on Sonny and that'll become a rivalry? Will he eventually leave the group to go somewhere else? I'm curious to know that. So 10 had a match with Jack Evans. Obviously, I expected that 10 will definitely have the upper hand, but turns out Jack Evans did have a majority of offense in the match. 10 did sneak in those power slams, spine busters. I love when he does that. But eventually, Angelico kept on interfering, and then although 10 won the match, there was either it was a botch or I don't know how, but 10 busted his lip probably really badly and he was bleeding like anything. So he won the match, but the entire ring, his white gear, I hope really gets well soon. That's it for this video about AEW Dark, folks. That's it for now, folks. I did enjoy this show. As always, I hope you, your family, your friends, jobs, all are secure and safe. Take care and see you all soon. Bye bye.